All right, here we are at our 2007 Malibu Wakesetter 23 LSV. This is a wakeboard and surf boat for sale here on the beautiful freshwaters of Norris Lake, Tennessee. I believe this is a one-owner boat. I'll confirm that. And of course, I'll invite you to our website at www.yournewboat.com. That is where you're going to want to go to view the current asking price of this one. We won't mention those in the video tours because they will often change until listing sold. So I promise you our website's very easy to navigate. All you got to do is go to the address bar on your web browser, type www.yournewboat.com, hit enter, wait for it to load. You'll see some orange lettering. Look for the Find Your New Boat button. If you're looking at it on a laptop or computer, it'll be in the top left corner. If you're looking on your mobile phone, it's probably going to load you straight to our mobile site. And all you got to do is scroll down until you get to the 2007 Malibu Wakesetter 23 LSV. We'll have the asking price right there. If you're on your computer or laptop and you see the orange lettering when you click that Find Your New Boat button, just give it a few moments to load. It's going to load all of our inventory and order a price, and all you got to do is just scroll down until you get to the 2007 Malibu Wakesetter 23 LSV. Like I said, if it's a one owner, we'll probably put it right there, somewhere near that asking price. There is a trailer included with this one. I have not laid my eyes on it yet. Eventually I'll have some photographs of it, and anybody that's interested, you can contact us through the website. I'd be happy to send you some photographs of it. Assumption would be that it's going to be a tandem axle trailer with brakes, maybe even a swing tongue and a few other things like that. I started doing that on a lot of these upper end sport wakeboard and water ski boats. So we'll also have this. If you want a shortcut, you can type yournewmalibu.com, and that'll load just the Malibus we have for sale, and it'll save you some scrolling is all. But again, we'll have full list of specifications, all the features, the asking price, all that'll be at the website, and that'll be where you can reach us by phone, by text, or by email. If you ever call us on the phone and you would like a return phone call, please leave a detailed message. Let me know which listing you're looking at, what questions you have. I am frequently in areas without cell phone reception, as we do our best to cover all of Norris Lake. That includes all 23 beautiful marinas. This boat, where this one is sitting, we just happen to be on the north perimeter of Norris Lake. So closest to Ohio, farthest from Knoxville. And we're a little bit of a drive from the interstate. But again, that's why we suggest you contact us. Also contact us before you are in the car coming to look at this one. Because, you know, like I said, we cover the whole lake. I might be on the other side of the lake. I could be 15 marinas away and more than an hour and a half drive. So anyway, we'll get back to the boat here. Again, this is the 2007. It's powered by a Indmar 5.7 liter Monsoon 340 V-Drive. V-Drive inboard engine. And actually, before I climb on board, I'll show you. Here's our 4-blade prop. That looks like an Acme prop. You've got underwater lights just underneath your swim platform, and that is a manual wedge. You can deploy that wedge, and that's going to drive the stern of this boat a little bit deeper in the water and creating a more favorable wakeboarding and surfing wake. There is a little ski tow hook right here. That's where you're going to want to pull tubers. You've also got a little pop-up ski pylon here. Pull tubers or skiers there. Actually, I needed to raise that hatch because that rope's probably got some tension on it. I'll show you that one here in a few. This one's rated for 14. I believe I counted 15 cup holders on board. There is a stereo remote back here on the platform, and this display is about done. There's actually 3 stereo remotes. You've got one swim platform, one at the driver's seat, and another one right here at a passenger seat. I'll show you that here. Here as we continue on with our video tour, just crawl over that engine hatch. And because you do have the V-Drive engine placement, which basically means there's your drivetrain, your drive shaft is going to come out of that engine toward the bow of the boat and then goes into a transmission, actually makes a shape of a V, and then it goes out to the back. So doing the V-Drive allows them to put the engine closer to the stern of the boat, which creates more weight back there, which therefore creates a more favorable wakeboard and surf wake. The The other option in a inboard ski boat would be a direct drive, and that would place your engine sitting about right here in the center of the frame now. So the V-Drives is probably the preferred option for your wakeboarders and wake surfers out there, because it gets more weight to the rear of the boat or the stern of the boat, thus creating that larger wake. So here at your driver's seat, I should point out our stereos right here. This is a Sony AM/FM, CD, USB, auxiliary, input, Bluetooth stereo. We've got 6 cockpit speakers and 4 tower speakers. Those are 4 Roswell tower speakers. Now we've also got a couple of Roswell amps. Not sure if the lighting will pick up down here. There's actually three amplifiers. Okay, and while I'm here, there's your dual batteries with a battery switch. Subwoofer underneath your driver's seat as well. So that's a total of 10 speakers. 4 tower, 6 cockpit, and the 1 sub. Do have a tilt steering right here. And then here's an additional driver stereo remote. You would not think that makes a big difference, but when you're having to reach back here, you kind of have to look just below your arm level and at your shoulder. So it really takes your eyes away from the operator. So it's nice to have that stereo remote, even though it's, a matter of, a foot, maybe 18 inches from that stereo placement. You've got a blower, bilge, accessory switches. This is for a heater. There is a heater on board. You've got a cockpit heater. And this right here in the center of the frame there, that is a hose for that heater. And I believe I noticed another one. Oh, the other one's gonna be in between your walk-through transom here. Here's your other heater attachment. So that will put out hot air. That is amazing for the early and later season skiers and boarders. So you've got the MLS. This is the Malibu launch system, which is a system of ballast tanks that you can fill and drain. There are going to be 4 ballast tanks. There's a forward tank, a center tank, and then one on either port and starboard side near the rear. That's all factory ballast. Some more accessory switches over here. This is docking lights, interior lights, navigation, anchor lights, and a horn. Now, I will point out, I did function test all the lighting on this boat. Anchor light, nav lights, docking lights, your underwater swim lights, and 1 tower light works. Here's a tower light right here. This other tower light did not pass function test, probably just a bulb. I believe that is a older style halogen bulb there. A lot of the other lighting all appears to be newer LED lighting. You do have Perfect Pass integrated in this main display right here, where you have your ballast controls. That appears to be the Wakeboard Pro model of Perfect Pass. That is essentially cruise control. You can set that either by a speed with mile per hour, which is GPS based, or you can do RPM based, and you can basically set in exactly what RPM you want it to go. You throw your throttle forward and the boat's going to take over and do the rest, just like in a car cruise control. And then once you are at that determined speed, you can increase those increments either in mile per hour in the speed mode or in the tachometer mode, and just adjust your mile per hour or your RPM. We've also got air and water temperature display over here on this speedometer here, tachometer over here, oil pressure, fuel gauge, engine temperature gauge. All right, moving on. We got a ton of storage in this one. With that 23, this is actually quite larger than what you're typically used to, and you fill that room right in here in your wraparound seating area. Should also point out there is a removable lounge table that will go right here. I'll have a photo of that at the website. We've got some really large storage compartments under here. 5 cup holders right through there. You've got a little storage tray right here. And again, that's your other stereo remote. 2 speakers there. 5 more cup holders over here. And a built-in, basically self-drained cooler under here. I go up to the bow. I'll go ahead and raise these hatches back here where the engine locker is. You've got built-in storage on either side of your hatch. Now, a lot of people refer to this as the pizza oven. This is where they can put their life jacket. Again, if it's one of those chillier days, you'll get a little bit of heat from that box off the engine. and it can warm up your life jacket, and that's what we call it. Some people will call that the pizza box. Slide that out of the way. Here's a look at that Monsoon 340. Again, this is an inboard V-Drive 5.7 liter V8 engine, and there are currently 1,004 hours showing on the hour meter for this. Slide that back in place. Now so I can show you that pop-up pylon. That will kind of lock in place, and then when you're done with it, you give it a little quarter turn and it will slide back down. Here's your movable lounge table right here. It's got 4 built-in cup holders, which is not included in that cup holder count I told you earlier. Table down there, and then here's your little Malibu windscreen right there. I'll have some photos of that. I may not use those photos in the web listing, but if you want to see that walkthrough display, just shoot us an email or a text, and we could be happy to send you that photo. All right, let's walk on up toward the bow. There is a review mirror right here. Point that out. And we do have the bow filler cushion. There's also a mooring cover for this one as well. I don't know if I highlighted that yet or not. So this bow filler cushion will come out. You've got 4 more cup holders up here, 2 more speakers up here. Navigation lights should flip right up right there. And docking lights are just underneath that rub rail there. That's going to start to wrap things up here. Should probably show you the glove box right in here, a little dry box. And of course you've got storage under all those seats. I pulled some of those up. Oh, now I need to show you any wear and tear on this one. There is some staining on this seats here because this basically, you've got a flip up bolster on this driver's seat. And from what I can tell, that bolster was probably just used the majority of the time in that up position. And you've got just kind of some staining on that vinyl. That might even clean up. I don't see any cuts or rips or tears or anything like that, but we do always try to represent every listing as accurately as possible, so I do want to point that out. The rest of the interior all appears to be in really good shape. That might be the start of something. It does not feel deep. That's why I was looking to see if it was gonna flip off of there. About the most I've noticed is you get a little bit of stretching and some stitching here, but you know, there's no rips or tears anywhere that I have noticed. Maybe another small little bitty puncture right there, but definitely nothing major. So really just some staining. I'll show you your tower. There is a integrated Bimini top with this tower, and this is your anchor light, and here's your ski toe position for your wakeboarders. Oh, I should also show you, we do have these swivel board racks, which is really nice. And let me find the button here. There's a button on the back. Okay, when you hit that button, the whole thing will kind of move and then locks right there into place. And then when you want to bring it back around, all you do is pull that button in, and the whole thing's going to turn right back around, and then it will lock into place on the inside as well. Same thing over here. Kind of got to feel for that little button, and then once you free it, it's going to freely spin. This one spins a little bit easier than the other, and again, you're just going to push that right there, and then the whole thing will swivel in. All right, let me climb back out of this one. I'll show you the other wear and tear that I noticed. I did point out that remote stereo display right here. This is the hatch to access that Malibu Wedge. You got a little bit of wear on your swim platform. You've got some foam in here. It's just, you know, it's had some use. It's a 07 model boat, but it's in what I would consider to be really good condition still. I showed you that 4-blade prop earlier and that wedge. I'll go back a little bit closer this time. You do have the pull-out cleats. And then you've also got dual fuel fills, meaning you can fill up this boat on either side, port or starboard side, which is a really handy little feature. It's about a 56-gallon onboard fuel capacity. But you can fill that up on either side. Now, you've got a little bit of scratching just below the rub rail and some in this vinyl decal here. Okay, I'm not sure if, sometimes I never know if this is even going to translate, because you know, when you get up close on this fiberglass, it's going to be reflective. So sometimes it shows up, sometimes it does not. You've got one area right in here, and I'll try to show a photo of that. You know, if you look at that at just the right lighting, you can tell there's a few little marks in there that appears to be just barely into the gel coat. And pull out clips here as well, all the way up to the front. Again, here's your docking lights, and I did function test those. A few little marks up here around the bow, and I think there was a few more marks in this decaling on this side as well. Got a one little mark just barely above the rub rail right here. Actually, that's probably gonna come right off with some buffing, because it's my fingernails wanting to take that off. And here's your other fuel field over here on this side. Again, pop-up cleats. And that's gonna do about it. You got a little bit of oxidation right back here on just the very back corner. And a little bit of maybe some UV on this sun pad, but for the most part, everything's in really good shape. So that just about does it for me. Again, I invite you to our website to contact us with any questions. We don't monitor the YouTube comment page. Again, this is the 2007 Malibu Wakesetter 23 LSV. Website, one last time, is www.yournewboat.com. About this time, you'll see our the yournewboat.com logo pop up in the top right hand corner of your screen, and that is just basically a shortcut for you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. So if you like what you see here, if you're bored from being inside, you got cabin fever, want to start thinking of summertime, I invite you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, where you'll be one of the first to be notified of any new listings that come available in our area. Thank you again for joining us.